Hey guys, I wanted to go over my Snapchat bold thesis, and I'm making this so I can refer to it back in the past and see how this has performed. But if any of you can take anything away from this, do it. But like, don't follow this because I'm no Goldman Sachs analyst or anything. So we got Snapchat here, 5-day. It exploded here. Lots of you may have seen it drop down. It dropped down on Thursday after Facebook's missed earnings. They said that they got hit $10 billion because of Apple's new privacy rules. And now Facebook stock, I don't think it's bad. Like, look at this PE ratio, 17 times earnings. Like, that's like really low for the growth that they're getting. They were a $1 trillion company at one point. I think they are like in their place, or I think it's actually a good opportunity here. I'm not buying. And they are like with the VR and the Meta and stuff. So you see this drop. It dropped 25%, and it affected Snapchat. Snapchat dropped 20% that day. So yeah, I think both of these are opportunities. My opinion, the reason why I'm not buying Facebook stock is it's just how it is. I see Facebook, I see it like Walmart, and many of my peers I talk to, they see it as Walmart. I feel like it's not necessarily my demographic, and I feel like they do like jeopardize morality for profit. That's just how Mark Zuckerberg is. That is what it is. So let's go over Snapchat here. So as you can see, we moved to 5-day here, dropped 20%. So I woke up on Thursday morning, I saw Snapchat down 20%. It was at $25. I recently, or in about 2018, I bought Snapchat at $8, sold it around $20 in 2020, and it was 150% profit. It was one of the best moves I made that's recorded. So I was like, man, I know this company inside and out. So I shuffled some money around. I sold my VF Corporation stock, which is like Vans, Timberland. They own Supreme now because they were flat. It was down 20%. I knew I could make it back. I already have made back the loss that I had on that. So I bought in here at $25, and for the rest of the day, I was like, okay, whatever. I started doing my essays for school. I went to gym, and then at 2 p.m. Mountain Time, which is 4 p.m. Eastern, I get a notification on my phone. It says Amazon up like 18%. So I'm excited. I have Amazon stock, whatever. That's like $500 move. That's awesome. I go back to my assignment because that's like whatever. And I get this notification on my phone, Snapchat up 50%. This is like crazy. I was in this study room with my friend. I started screaming, man. I'm like, this is unfreaking real. Snapchat 50% in one day. I bought this in the morning, and by the evening, it was up 50%, and it ended up rising up to 60% here. And I called my friend. I'm like, yo, man, Snapchat's up 60%. I bought it this morning, and we were both freaking out. I guess this is my prime. I don't know how I'll ever be able to top that. That's unreal. But I knew, because I knew the stock, I knew it was going to do good. And before in the morning, I was looking around, I looked at the financials, I saw it was getting healthier. One thing, old people have a misconception about Snapchat. They're like, yo, I tried it out. I don't know anyone that still uses it. How is it making money? I watched this video of these value investors, and they were annoying me because they were like, hey, I'm 40 years old, I don't use Snapchat. Yeah, well, you're not supposed to use Snapchat when you're 40 years old. And lots of people don't understand this. So Facebook, I haven't used Facebook since like 2013. I think I hate it. Like, I honestly hate it. I think it's a bad platform, but it's a platform for older people. I've seen at my school, everyone over the age of 25 uses Facebook as their main platform, and everyone under the age of 25 uses Snapchat and Instagram generally. And Facebook owns Instagram. I think Instagram actually does stories better than Snapchat, because Instagram is a public account and it's like your public perception, while Snapchat is more intimate, one-on-one. So I do like stories better on there, because if you talk about your career on Instagram or your school, just your life highlights, it's more public, and it keeps like your family, your friends in the loop, while Snapchat is like, it's not necessarily the same thing. Snapchat is more like a fun platform, I think. But I do think Instagram is doing stories better than Snapchat. But Snapchat, like, you have to understand, so it went up to $80 like 5 months ago. I sold at 25, so I was regretting that. I was sad. I was like missing it. It felt like I like broke up with someone, and then they like became like a supermodel, because that's what happened to Snapchat. They are a supermodel. And so basically, Snapchat, I feel like at this point in time, it's cemented its position. Basically, Snapchat's way more intimate. It like lots of people refer to it like a dating platform. And think about it, if you're like on Tinder and you're asking to take someone's communication off of the platform, you don't ask them for their phone number necessarily, because there's so many people there, like you don't even know them that well. You'll ask for their phone number in the future. You don't ask for their Facebook, because they likely don't have it. You don't ask for their Instagram, because they just want followers. You usually ask for their Snapchat, and as a way of communication on text, which like communication on text, like you can't connect that well, but out of everything else, it's the best on Snapchat, because you're sending photos. You can see if you think the other person looks genuine. If they look attractive, you can see if they have a bubble butt, even whatever you want. Like, Snapchat is a way better chat platform than anything else, I believe. That's the thing, is Facebook can never live up to Snapchat's chat. They can take their stories, but they can't take their chat function, because the stuff that people post on there, you guys know what people post on there. They don't want Mark Zuckerberg having that. Think about in high school, people post their address for parties. You don't want Mark Zuckerberg knowing your address. He might just come there, and he might come to your bed when you're sleeping and tell you to log on and start watching ads to get him some more money. And people post like freaking like pictures of whatever, They don't want that in Mark Zuckerberg's hands. And it seems like Snapchat was more immature company, because it's only been on the stock market for 5 years. They adapted not as fast to Apple privacy laws or rules, but they have been adapting, and it has been good for the stock. Like, you have to realize that they have actually adapted, and it's been really good for them. Basically, so I bought this stock at 25. Skyrockets because they reported their first earnings, and it's unreal. So you can see this 60%. Man, never even listen to my stocks ever again, because I'm never going to be able to do something this good again. This man, Evan Spiegel, got the first profit. He said, like, be careful, we're not where we want. Obviously, no one's where they want right now. It's COVID, supply chains, like, whatever. But I saw this. It was at 40 billion. I do believe, like, at 100 billion, I believe it's a $100 billion company, because think about the brand awareness. It's there. And it went up 20 billion, 22 billion to 62 billion. And it's healthy. So look at this. Lots of volume. Like $60, I think that's fair. I don't know if it's $80. I feel like soon it will reach all new highs. I feel like I'm going to hold this for now. When I told my friends that skyrocketed, they're like, I don't know, that's a lot in a day. Maybe you should sell. But I feel comfortable and confident in the company. It skyrocketed because it fell a lot, and the market is just crappy right now. I didn't look at here, let's go to stats. So I'm going over the stats and financials for you guys. When I was buying it, I didn't really, I love trailing and forward PE. I didn't really look at either of them, because like, what can you do? It wasn't even profitable. For growth companies, tech companies, I think 30, I look at them like, yo, 30 is like low for growth stock. 60 is like, it's like, ooh, man, like this is kind of like crazy, but it's not too crazy. You can buy 60. I have Salesforce at 60. I love that stock so much. Price to sales, that's pretty high, but everything is for tech. Like market cap, see, okay, none of these platforms update it. Like it is what it is, but it sucks, man. It's 60 billion right now. Fair enough. Here, I'll look at the financials later. I don't need to look at that now. Beta, a little bit more volatile than the market. Here, let's look at this. Evan Spiegel, he makes $2 million a year. Born in 1991, man. He's young. Imagine making $2 million a year at that. They're in Santa Monica. Probably, I hear it's kind of crazy there because they're not doing too well with COVID and how expensive it is there. Analysis, like, I just generally look at this to see what people are thinking, but it doesn't matter. Like, you take this with a grain of salt. You got one upgrade, one downgrade. Let's see. It is fourth. Downgrade yesterday. That's kind of dumb. RBC, what are you doing here? B of A Securities. So it's like nearly a buy. Average $60. I feel like that's fair. I was thinking 50, more conservative before, but whatever. So here, let's go to financials. I'm not like my analysis is more qualitative than quantitative, but I tried my best for what I've done. Like I've taken a couple accounting classes. I feel like I'm pretty comfortable. So you can see 2018 to 2020 total revenue. That's solid. And then look at trailing 12 months. That's a huge jump. Cost of revenue, not much more for that jump. Operating income or loss, this is obviously a year. Yeah, you can see they're getting healthier. They're getting a lot healthier. I didn't expect them to be profitable this time. Also, you can see here in the corner, Twitter, that was down 9%, not even close to Snapchat, but whatever. And net income down here, it's getting healthier. They earned $4 per customer. I feel like they're gonna stabilize and they could increase that. They could make a lot more per customer, get more advertisers because they are the best in the game. I talked to someone that worked at Snapchat during the IPO. He said it was crazy. People were like, I think he said people were like, their job security was just such a crazy time because it like declined pretty fast there. Here you can see in the corner they have these little charts. It's getting healthier and I think it's going to stabilize. And I don't like, there's just over 300 million users. I don't think it can grow as fast, though it's been adopted by the lower generation. Like my siblings never used Snapchat. They do now. And I sold the stock before because they still weren't 2 years ago, but they've adopted it. So it's made me more comfortable and confident. I feel like it's just a younger generation thing. People don't think Facebook is cool. That reminds me of like old people with sandpaper, leather skin, like, and just dust everywhere. Like I went on Facebook a couple years ago just to see how it is, and it was an eye-opening experience. I went to my messages and all these distant family members that I'm not close with at all, they were like, hey, I hope you know that Bill Gates is trying to turn you into a zombie. It was crazy, man. I like legitimately saw my family members descending into insanity on the hands of Mark Zuckerberg. It was not a good experience, and I don't plan to use Facebook anytime soon. Anytime I think about Facebook, I think, man, I really need to delete that platform. I think lots of people my age feel that way. It's just not cool. You don't think about Facebook. It just doesn't seem cool. It's not hip. So here, current assets increasing. I don't really know what their assets are. Like, they make the spectacles, and I got a pair. It's like broken. I got it used. It's unfortunate, but they're cool. They consider themselves more of a camera company than like social media, but I don't know. Like, if they can do it in the long run, sure, but now Ray-Ban's doing camera sunglasses or whatever. Okay, they make most of their money off the story features, unfortunately, compared to what I said before. but their stories are alright. Like if you're going to a party, you're likely putting on Snapchat rather than Instagram, just because it's like just a fun platform. Their discovery sucks. I'm gonna say this, like I don't buy it because of discovery, but my discovery has TikTok dudes with long hair and black nails and earrings, and then half naked girls, and then Logan Paul, and then news about rappers. I don't watch any of it. I don't know what kind of algorithm they're using. Like, man, discovery is like crazy. If you're comparing stuff to Walmart, I was talking to someone and they said it's like the magazine stand in Walmart. It's just absolute crap. Like they probably talk about like Brad Pitt's children. I don't know who's watching this news. I don't know who's watching it, but I guess some people are because they're making money. Okay, so we go here. Like what they're not producing much, so they don't have that much. Property, plant, total assets increasing. Liabilities, wow. Okay, there's a big jump here, and like fair enough, like nearly $1 million, but it's not like crazy compared to the assets over $1 million a year. And then they are diluting the shares, which is unfortunate. And cash flow, the last thing we'll look at here. They do have like cash. Yeah. Cash at end of period. But they do have expenses too. I was looking at this other day. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, they're doing healthier, guys. So this is why I bought it, you know. They're doing healthier. Here, let's look at the holders real quick. Vanguard holds a lot. Wow. Look at that. Huge percentage. Yeah. It's a healthier company. I think I'm gonna hold it. I think like over the long term, I think it's a very healthy company. I think it's cementing itself. They're finally with the big boys now. They made money. They're finally with the big boys. They can't be referred to as a money losing machine. Hopefully they don't lose money next quarter. I don't know what the deal is, but I think they can finally be referred to as a real company. I think it could just gradually increase. Like there was some runoff. It was like I woke up the next day on Friday yesterday after earnings. It was plus 45%. I was like, man, whatever. 15% down. I knew this was gonna happen. It went back up to like plus 62. People are confident in this. Here. This graph kind of sucks, but there was resistance. At like just like around 50%, and then no support around 50%, resistance around 60. Obviously it's broken above 60 a little bit. My tech analysis is not as good, but yeah, I'm confident in it. I'm curious on how they're gonna keep adapting to Apple. If their growth numbers are they're gonna be able to grow. I don't know. It seems like this is like a first world country thing, or sorry, developed country. I know one of those is actually offensive now. I didn't mean that, but it's like G7 type countries use Snapchat. I know like in like India they use like Facebook and stuff, like pretty much everywhere in the world, and like China I think, but like I don't think they're necessarily using Snapchat. And I saw Evan Spiegel said in his earnings that China isn't necessarily giving them access to the market because now they have TikTok and they want TikTok to thrive. So that's the thing. I'm not sure like how they're going to be able to grow their numbers as much, but I think they can grow profit per user. I'm very happy with this company. I'm going to keep looking at it because I didn't expect it to rise like this. I was already planning to hold for a year because I thought that's how long it would take me to lose my money or to gain my money back. I think it could drop, possibly because everything else is dropping, like with inflation and interest rates. But I think there's a possibility that just continues to rise and probably hits like 60, like exactly what people are saying, 50, 60. I'm just curious about what the future holds because like I see them as $100 billion company. Everyone knows who they are. I'm not sure like how the profits are gonna match with that. Like we'll have to see how they get that number up. But yeah, I'm very happy with this company, and let's see how it goes, guys. Let me know what you think, because oh wow, look at this volume. That's a lot. 300 million. Let me know what you guys think about this stock, because that's just my thoughts, and we'll see how this goes, because if they accelerate or not. And yeah,